All right, so I want to give you guys a quick market update here. There's around an hour left until the market closes. And I want to give you guys my key levels going into tomorrow because I believe we're at a pretty key spot. Okay, so what I want to do is show you ES, S&P 500, and show you the level we've been rejecting not only today, but also yesterday. Okay, so this is going to be a very key level going forward. And also looking at where we could potentially pull back to if we do get more selling pressure going into, the overnight session, pre-market, and obviously tomorrow's open. Okay, so obviously, again, we zoom out to a 4-hour time frame. We are still on a massive uptrend. And as you can see, we're getting a little bit overextended from this EMA. We're getting a little bit choppy, which means a pullback could happen, right? Obviously, we can find strength. We can push past these levels tomorrow, right? But obviously, it can go either way. So what we have to do as traders is be prepared for either situation, whether it rips up or it goes down. Anything can happen. So what I like to do is I like to have levels prepared for that, and I can use these levels to make better plans for my strategy, decide whether to take the setups I want. Obviously, if we're getting a short signal inside a key demand zone, right? If I'm getting a short signal to go short on my strategy inside this demand zone, maybe I don't want to do that, okay? Because I know that there could be a lot of buying here. So that's kind of how I use these levels, even though I use the same strategy every day, okay? So anyways, with that being said, let me go into a smaller time frame, show you the level we've been rejecting, okay? So this is this 59.25 area. This is basically yesterday's highs, as you can see on the open today, right? We tried to test it. We immediately rejected, but we kept seeing a lot of buying down at pre-market lows, okay? We swept the lows here, went up, didn't have the strength to get above this level, and then again, retested it, swept the lows once again, and now we're starting to climb up. We're trying to retest it again. We'll see if we can actually break out of it by the end of the day. But this is the key level I'm going to be watching is this 59.25, 59.30, basically just yesterday's highs. If we get above this and hold it, right, obviously we can start looking for longs, okay? We can start looking for longs once we get above this level and we hold above it. The next key level is, let's say, overnight we kind of slowly reject, right? And I believe tomorrow we have some important news, and this is going to be a big, we're probably going to see some kind of move into one of these levels, right? Whether it's above the highs or back into this demand zone. So we look at the calendar, and this thing's packed. We got retail sales, we got PPI, we got core PPI, we got initial claims. Yeah, we got a little bit of everything tomorrow. So I think one of these levels will be tested, right? And another thing is if we go and zoom out here, okay, when we got this move up, okay, so we got this big move up, this created this demand zone. We can also see if we take a fib from this move up, whoops, that's not a fib. If we take a fib from this move up to yesterday's highs, we can see that the top of this demand zone lines up with that 0.618. And then the 0.5 is just above it, and we've been bouncing off the 0.382 pretty much all day today. Okay, so again, all of this is likely to happen, right? We can easily come into here, and just because we come down here doesn't mean the trend is switching, right? The trend will not switch until we break down here, and that to me is when the trend is kind of starting to switch, and we may see a bigger rotation down. But for now, the market's just chilling out, right? We had a big move, and now it's just consolidating, kind of waiting for news, seeing where we go next. So that's my plan for the day. I'm watching these two levels. They're going to be very important for what happens next in the market. Obviously, again, news is going to dictate that. So for me personally, I didn't take any trades today. If I go over to the strategy I use and my indicator, as you can see, let me just go into the right time frame. Right, this is our opening range, this green line and red line, and then we have the extensions outside of it. Every time we retested this opening range, basically we got confirmation way too late. So by the time we got confirmation, we're already down here. Too late to enter. This one, we just never got confirmation to close below. So never got confirmation here. This one, we did not get confirmation either. There wasn't enough momentum on that pullback. So really just not enough confirmation for any of these retests today. Either way, a lot of these would have got stopped out. If you had your stop up here, this would have took you out. If you had your stop up here, this probably would have took you out, or this move. Yeah, kind of just avoided the chop by having those confirmations in place. And then from there, we never got above our top orb, so there's no buy signals today either. So once again, I stayed out of the market today completely. So this means I've taken 0 trades this week. This can be really hard for people, including myself, psychologically. You feel like you're not doing anything. You're just sitting there, right? But we have to remind ourselves that taking 0 trades and being break even is better than taking a loss or 2. Okay, it doesn't feel like it because you feel like you're doing nothing. You're like, man, I'd rather at least try a trade and lose it versus doing nothing. But obviously, logically, that makes no sense, right? I'd rather be break even than down on my account this week. But yeah, I mean, I have a good feeling about tomorrow. I think we will see something tomorrow. Hopefully it gets set up and we can end this week out, with 1 to 2 trades being up on the week. So anyways, still got 2 more days left. We'll see what those days look like. But this is just my market update. These are the levels to watch for. Once again, that's that 59.25, yesterday's highs. And this demand zone ranging from 56.68 all the way down to around 58.40. So basically just this consolidation. As you can see, this is also old resistance turned into new support, and we got aggressive buying off of this open yesterday from this level. So anyways, guys, those are my 2 levels for the day. Keep an eye on them for tomorrow morning. Real quick before you guys go, if you want to join our free Discord community where I share my exact trading plan and levels every single day right before the market opens versus just in these YouTube videos. Like I said, I want to invite you to join our Discord community and just go over to the trading plan. This is where I share my levels every single day. We also have a trading floor with all kinds of other members that you can chat with. So anyways, if you guys want to join this community, completely free. All you have to do is go to the first link in the description below this video. With that being said, guys, as always, hope you had a great trading day, and I will see you tomorrow morning inside our community.